I have an earth-shattering revelation for you. I don't use live bait to catch fish. Not live croakers, not live shrimp, not live pogies, nothing. Now you may be clutching your pearls as you envision anyone launching the boat without the proverbial insurance policy just in case the fishing gets tough. Now, I'll take my heresy one step further. Not only do I not use live bait to catch limits of speckled trout and redfish, I firmly believe that live bait is not the best choice to do so. No, I don't even use dead bait to tip my lure. So, let me explain myself before I'm burned at the stake, and if there's enough time, I'll share what really matters on your fishing trip so that you can catch great boxes of speckled trout and redfish too. Why I don't use live or dead bait. This theory of mine explains why. I believe that in a perfect environment, if you could place a live shrimp, the most common live bait available for purchase on Louisiana's coast, and a generic soft plastic lure in front of a fish, that it will most likely bite the live shrimp first. But the marsh is not a perfect environment, and there are far more factors than just hypothetically putting a bait in front of a fish. Because of those factors, I've created the following reasons that live shrimp is still, overall, a poor choice in bait. Reason number 1. Fishing with lures eliminates the need to rebait your hook. Because you don't have to worry about your bait coming off, you're able to get more casts in, cover more water, and zero in on the fish. The headache of having to go back and forth to the live well doesn't exist with lures. Reason number 2. Logistical problems are eliminated when live shrimp aren't a factor. The entire rigmarole of having to manage a live well, watch the water temperature, take care of the bait, remove dead bait, managing the dip net, and more. It's all eliminated. It's literally one giant headache removed from your fishing trip. Reason number 3. Costs are greatly reduced. Live shrimp aren't getting cheaper. For a standard inshore fishing trip, you're looking at getting 50 to 100 live shrimp or more, and that's easily $15 to $50. Soft plastics cost way less than that. Reason number 4. Lures are consistent in their shape, size, and weight. This is key because something that is shaped or weighs differently from something else will fall and move through the water column differently. Not all live bait is exactly the same. Reason number 5. Lures don't die. They remain forever in their packaging or tackle tray. I don't think that requires much explanation. Reason number 6. When you fish with lures, you virtually eliminate catching trash fish and overall have your line in the water longer and more often, resulting in more of your target species, in this case speckled trout or redfish, being caught. If you love wasting time unhooking catfish and stingrays, then please consider using live bait. Reason number 7. When you fish with lures, your fishing trip isn't relying upon shrimp being available or staying alive. This is why you must not only learn to fish with lures, but become confident with them. If you fail to do this, then it is a matter of time before your fishing trip is put in jeopardy because the marina doesn't have live shrimp available for purchase, or, even worse, they all die in the live well. How many times do you see people asking if whatever marina has bait the night before their fishing trip? Why would you even stress over that? Reason number 8. When you fish with lures, you don't have to stand in line and wait for live bait. That alone is worth not using live bait ever again. At least for me. Just launch your boat and go straight to your first fishing spot. Reason number 9. An argument that I get a lot is, why do guides use live shrimp? Well, not all of them do. Many of them use lures for the reasons that I described above. Most of them use both, and some only use live bait. But that's not the point I'm trying to arrive at here. The point is that guides are taking people fishing who, they must assume, are terrible at it. If they weren't, then they wouldn't need a guide to take them in the first place. That, and a guide doesn't have time to teach them all the knowledge and hard skills required to fish lures before they get to the first fishing spot. So a default go-to is live bait. Yes, it will be more of a hassle for all the reasons that I already described, but that's okay because he, the fishing guide, is essentially their live bait butler and eliminates those problems for them. No problem there. But I promise you, if a charter captain had the choice, he will choose skilled anglers who can take directions and fish effectively with lures over newcomers who can't cast a live shrimp. Reason number 10. Fishing with live or dead bait results in more gut-hooked fish. This is totally fine if you're keeping fish to eat, but if you're releasing fish, keepers or not, gut-hooking them is practically a death sentence. Artificial lures are better for the fishery because they rarely gut-hook fish. Instead, they tend to hook the fish in the corner of the mouth. This is beneficial to you because unhooking a fish hooked in the mouth is a lot easier and faster than unhooking a gut-hooked fish. That and a fish hooked in the mouth isn't raking its teeth across the fishing line. These are just more small ways artificial lures are more efficient. Reason number 11. Lastly, when I launch the boat to go fishing, especially when filming, I have no choice but to catch fish. Filming fishing trips is an incredibly difficult undertaking, whether you realize it or not. So, don't you think I'm gonna make things as easy as possible for myself? If live bait were really that much better, don't you think I'd at least keep like a dozen or so in the live well as the proverbial insurance policy? But you know what? I don't. I don't because live bait is not better. Never. Not once have I had someone on the same fish as I, and they were out catching me because they had live bait. Yes, they do catch more trash fish, but they're not catching more speckled trout or redfish. If anybody was ever on the fish and I couldn't catch them, it was because of something far more fundamental. Usually their boat positioning being better than what I could achieve, which is something I teach inside Inshore Fishing 101. Great reasons you should fish with live bait. Does live bait have any advantages? Yes, of course. I think it's a basic skill everyone should possess. That's because live bait is a great tool to introduce someone to fishing, whether that be children or adults. It's a good way to keep them engaged and expose them to other species that artificial lures really don't. I think it's part of a good learning experience that makes a more complete inshore angler. Live bait is good for budding fishermen in the same way gutter guards help people get started bowling. That and bait batting live and dead bait can be a great method to keep fish biting at the side of the boat rather than losing interest in swimming off. But those things won't seal the deal for every fishing trip you go on, not even most of them. So what will? Keep watching and I'll tell you. What matters the most on your fishing trip? Look, live bait is fine and you shouldn't feel bad using it. But I don't think it will make or break every fishing trip you go on. In fact, the most important thing you can do for your fishing trip is find biting fish in the first place. If you get on a good bite of fish, it won't matter what you throw at them so long as there's a hook on it. This aspect of fishing is what my course Inshore Fishing 101 is focused on. Getting you on great fishing action to begin with. With that said, learning how to throw artificial lures will take your game to the next level, allowing you to access and catch fish that live shrimp under a popping cork fails to deliver on. When you successfully adapt to these challenges, you would have truly earned a new skill set and feel great about your new accomplishment rather than just doing the same old thing. My courses, Sight Fishing Mastery School and Inshore Fishing 201, are designed to take you to this level. You'll find links to these resources below. So, what do you think about the reasons I listed? Are they thoughtful, or do you feel that I'm just being uppity about something that's not a big deal? Share your thoughts in the comments below. When you're ready, consider this next fishing tip here.